Okay, so hello and welcome. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Just adjust that pop filter. There we go. Okay, nope, that's not centered. Once I finish fiddling around with this thing, I think we're going to be doing some Valheim. There we go. Okay. Because I was wandering around thinking of what I could be doing, and well, I want to build some more of the port town, which we've got, which I have expanded a little bit in the past day or two, so let's do some more of that. We're not going to be like fighting any bosses at the moment or anything in that manner because, I don't know, we did one last time, so for the now I think I'm just going to focus on building up my base, making it look neat, add some more buildings, and is there anything else which I could be doing? Let's see. Possibly some mining. I think I do need some more copper. And last time we got this portal up, and I would probably like to move that into a larger room, because having it at the foot of my bed, oh, that's keeping me up at night. Ow, 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 ow. However, as I said, I have expanded the port base here a bit. We're still over here on this land. There's our main fort over there, which we have the portal between now, and our port camp here. And last time we fought the Elder. I've also explored a bit more of the land around here. Last time we also had explored a bit of the swamp area here. However, as you can see, I've explored up in this direction. There are mountains all the way along here. I haven't gone up this side. Because this area here, I think, is really steep. So it's sort of just like cliff face of black forest, which goes into swamp and mountains. So that's difficult to traverse. But over here, there is actually some swamp area, which I explored a fair bit. Or a bit of. It's rather difficult. Those enemies there are really aggressive. So I'm going to need some better gear, upgrade my stuff, and also some more potions. I have actually been making some potions. We'll get to that in a moment. But you can see I've labeled 2 crypts there, which we can use our swamp key on. And I'll want to get into them at some point, because I think we get iron ore from within them. I also have a swamp base here, which was built in the ruins of... Well, there was this little hut. Ruins of a hut standing on some... what's it called? Well, on stilts. On the coast. And I thought I'd make that into a base. However, it proved to be too difficult because swamp trees aren't really good for providing materials to build. They don't give a lot of just plain wood. I think they give a lot of core wood and only a little bit of normal wood. So it was taking quite a while, and it was under constant attack. I was having skeletons appearing, Draugr appearing. I was having the what are they called? The leeches appearing, and it was just never ending. So I ended up actually making another base over here, which this is a fair bit more substantial. It's got a wall around it, if I remember, as well as at least one hut. I think there might be a smaller secondary hut with a workshop in it, sort of like what our port town here started off as. Because that design works pretty well. And I like having individual buildings for things. Because I like having like a little cluster of buildings rather than just one big building. It has got a wall around it. I don't know if I finished building the gates around it, because I had to retreat since there was it was still getting attacked by Draugr, which was wandering over from the swamp. I think it might be more up here, but anyway. And there was also a grey dwarf spawner near there, which I actually got rid of. But yeah, I was still quite low on resources after having escaped from the swamp. So I had to retreat from there. And I'd just been focusing on building up the port camp. From then, I think maybe I did some more mining. You can see I've cleared out these copper deposits here. I think I had done that one last time. I've pretty much cleared out this copper deposit, but there are so many others I've labeled on the map here that there's like 4 right next to each other over here. That I don't think I'm in any danger of running out of copper anytime soon. It's an odd that there seems to be very little in the middle there. Anyway, what else? Go over my base. We have the main building there, the little workshop hut there. I have a 3rd building here now, which it doesn't have anything in it currently, but it's got room for a fireplace, and it's got a workbench in there, so I could expand things as needed. But the one workshop there is pretty much doing all that I need, because it's got the 2 items I need to expand the forge there, because I have upgraded a lot of my armor. We have bronze plate cuirass, quality 3, bronze plate leggings, quality 3, and a bronze helmet, quality 3. You know, I've never had any of my armor and weapons, any of my armor break. It has really high durability. And yeah, whenever I go to base, I just click repair, and I just go through and repair everything, so. Trollhide cape's looking a little tattered. A little bit. Oh yes, I made a Trollhide cape. I've also actually made a full set of troll hide armor, but that's in my other base. Because, well, I like my bronze armor more. It's heavier, it slows me down, doesn't give me a set bonus, but no, I like it a bit more. I like the look of it. But the troll hide is nice. It's very blue. And we've got the troll hide cape because, I don't know. That's neat. I would like a copper cape to go along with these. Or not a copper, a bronze cape to go along with the bronze armor. Maybe just like a... I think you can make a deer cloak or cape. So maybe I can make that. Let's see. Yeah, deer hide cape. There's the troll hide cape. They apparently look very similar. Just a different color. It's just because it looks tattered. I'd prefer something a little bit more, you know, well, not raggedy looked. But yeah, I think I've upgraded my, clothing as much as I can. Oh no, I can upgrade it to level 4. Apparently I need a workstation level 4. Maybe that will be... I'll get that when I get some iron. What else? I should upgrade my shield. Because I've been using it and it's still level 1. What would that fix? Give it more block power, as well as some more durability. It'd be nice if it listed how much the stats were changing there. Just have, like, in brackets how much it is. Like, the durability is going up by 50 there, so you can have in brackets plus 50. Actually, that's quite a large jump in block power. 35 to 40. I guess it seems kind of rather large. It would be nice also if it lowered this, like, movement speed penalty. Because I do move very slow while I'm using it. And I'll keep using the tower shield, just because I like having... I like going for heavy armor and heavy weapons and so on, so... My armor is currently 37. What would I need to upgrade this? Wood and leather scraps. I should be able to get that. Yeah, I've got wood. And we'll get some leather scraps. In one of these chests somewhere. Hold on. Let me put that in there. Again, I also wish there was something you could do a bit more with the, We'll just go back to my base. A bit more with the, trophies. Since I've got 2 chests with them in. One here and one over there. And I only really want to have one on the wall. Maybe you could combine them, like you could do in Terraria, where if you got a lot of banners, I think, of the same type, you could combine them into like a upgraded banner. Now hang on, my cloth isn't in here. Cloth is in here. Somewhere. There it is. Let me just take all that. And we could upgrade the wooden tower shield. Also, it would be nice if it changed the appearance of it. Maybe made it look a bit more finished. Oh. Okay, that's max quality. Does it look different? No. No. Maybe it could get like a edging on it or something. I don't know. Or a rim is what I'm saying. It still looks like just looks like a door. There we go. I could make a bronze buckler, but I'd like to make a bronze tower shield or something, not a buckler. Bucklers are tiny. Anyway. What else was I doing? Oh, yes. I think this was something new. I had the fermenter over there next to the smelters. You actually have to have it inside. Or at least undercover, because I brewed some of the mead base for medium healing. And I put it into the fermenter barrel out there next to the smelters. But it wasn't fermenting, so I deconstructed the fermenter barrel. But I didn't get the mead base back. So I got the resources for the barrel, but yeah, not the mead base, which meant that I had just... Oh, I just wasted that. Now, I'd since made 2 more of it, but that was kind of annoying. So you need to have it inside if you want to be able to make use of it. And I have, because I have some potions. Medium healing mead restores health over time, apparently. 75 health, too. I haven't used any of them, though. I have 12, because each batch, which is fermented, gives you 6, which is quite nice. I need to get some more beehives. They spawn honey pretty quickly, but I think it uses like 10 of it in the yeah, 10 honey, 4 blood bags, 10 raspberries, and 1 dandelion for the medium healing. I haven't made any minor healing. Potion resistance would probably be useful. 10 honey, 5 thistle, 1 necktail, and 10 coal. And frost resistance. I wonder whether that would help me go up into the mountains. Also tasty meat based and minus stamina. The sausages and queen's jam. I've got sausages. They're pretty easy to make. I think I have a bunch of them in here. As a bird flies through my building. But yeah, the sausages are easy to make. It's just what? Entrails and raw meat and I think a thistle. So I've been collecting all the thistles I can find out in the forests out here. But yes, as I said, you can see I've changed this area a bit. I've pushed the palisade out a fair bit, flattened the land. That building's there. A gate is over here now. And I have a watchtower next to it. Of course. Well, actually, while I was back in my main base, I had one of those attacks of creatures. Except instead of it saying the forests are moving, it said the ground is shaking, and it was an attack by trolls. I ended up having to fight a group of 3 trolls off before it stopped, which was quite something. But yeah, and there's also the other gators now over there. You remember the fence went along here. I've pushed it outwards. I'll probably push it out again. As I said, I'd like to have some more room, but I'm not too sure. I like this little pass leading up to the gate, but defenses wise, it's not very effective. You could just jump over here, but enemies can't do that, I don't think. So it's just for my convenience. They can tell when you're aiming at them. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I extend it out over to there. Oh, I've also gone through that burial mound over there. There wasn't too much in it. I think there was like 2 or 3 circling cores or whatever they're called. I would also like to build a portal up here so I can just teleport back and forth between these 2 places and make it easier. Anything else? No, not really. So what would I want to do? Let's see. If I expanded that outwards, I don't really want to cut down that tree. Not just because it could drop onto my buildings, but because I would like to have some trees in my base. Because it looks nice. It's one thing which I thought of right from when I started playing this game. I would like to have a settlement with a big oak tree in the middle. And have it sort of surrounded by, you know, like little stones and sort of like a little holding area. That would be nice. Let's see. If I expanded it out to there, perhaps? Or I could just... It's an awful lot of land if I cordoned off that entire little end. Like that. Or there. There's also this big rock I'm standing on. I could just build on top of that. There's nothing to stop me, I don't think. I don't have to get rid of all these rocks. If I expand it out to here, there's a nice little ridge there I could build a wall along. And then it gets to the rock. I guess I could build the wall along here. Perhaps have the gate there. Have it come down here. There's these rocks here. Have it go back up to the shore, perhaps? You can see where the Black Forest and the Meadows biome begins and ends pretty clearly there. I haven't noticed that type of stuff too much. I think the game does a pretty good job overall blending the areas together. There's something glowing over here. Did I pick something up? A necktail. Okay. We just get these balls. I don't want to build too close to here because I believe creatures stop spawning if a workstation is nearby. And I would like to keep this meadows open because it's spawning necks and balls, which is rather nice. So I might not push this wall out further. I'll just move it up along here. I move it along here. That means moving that tower. No, it doesn't, because I could have it straight out here. It just means that tower will only be looking along that way. Let's see. I don't have a workbench. Let's remove this stump. And Stop chucking rocks at me. There we go. There's another stump. There we go. How much wood do I have now? I have 12. Okay. Oh, hello. No. Okay. If I build a workbench here, it's going to extend it out to there. That's fine. Build it there. Then if I build another one, again, I wish you could see all of them if you had the workbench out, so I could see how far that one is. Sure, I can build another one up here. Gonna have to cut down some of these pine trees. I prefer the fir trees because they just give wood, whereas the pine trees give the core wood, which I can't use in construction. Though I can make coal from. Though I've got quite a lot of charcoal sitting back in base, so I don't really need more of it. Get rid of stump. And plonk. There we go. I could build like a big... like a big hall up here or something. It's a rather grand location for it up on the hilltop there. I can have a path leading up the side of it. Okay. It'd be nice if I had some way to put down, like... yeah, punch the bush. Put down, like... blueprints. Rid of some more trees. I should also build another cart over here. Because my other cart's in my other base, and I don't think I can take it through the portal. I would guess I can't. And that. Get rid of that bush. There. Okay. Requires a lot of wood to build the palisades because they require 4 wood each. Okay, so let's see. If I stick that there. And just move this along. Oh, there's a rock there. Okay, get out of here, rock. Oh! Damn it. Oh well. do that. That. Like that. And I'll go... Guess I'll start flattening this area out. Just so that it's a bit more obvious where I have planned to expand outwards to. I'm sorry, what happened to you? Oh. Hello. You've come to see what's going on. I saw that. That deer was going back and forth on the spot. Okay. I'll worry more about crafting a path up there or something after I've finished building. This is more just so that I know the extent of where I'm planning on building. Lacking other tools, I just have to go by where there's no grass. Also, it helps, like... helps I can, you know, make the, cliff edge a bit more defined. Another one? I like that. I've, Ooh, you're a level 2 Grey Dwarf Shaman. Rocks and trees are sort of just sitting on the ground. If you level or remove the ground underneath them, they don't collapse. They just sort of plonk down onto the land again. Where'd you go? There we go. Yeah, you're blue colored. You're quite tough. It'd be neat if you had different abilities. I guess your abilities are more powerful. It seems like you drop more stuff. Hmm. Okay, let's see. What am I going to do about this rock? The wall up around it, I guess. Put that there. And... yeah, something like that, perhaps. Okay, let me get rid of you, and I will start putting down more palisade. I'll curve it around so it goes a bit closer to that rock. Like there. Then we've got to go up, because I do want it up on the hillside. Like that. And I have no more wood. Okay. I could get rid of that wall. It would provide me with wood, but I think I need more. I most definitely would need. I've got to go drop off a bunch of my stuff. Oh, hello. How do you get in here? You can also see I've had quite a bit of stone, so I've been making these stone piles along the shoreline here. I guess in like a mock, like seawall to try and prevent the waves from sweeping my buildings away. It doesn't do anything, but that's at least visually the idea. Each one of these is 50 stone. I believe it will be more useful once I actually get stone working. I'll be able to turn them into actual stone blocks. But I'm not there yet. Okay. Yes. Put that there. Combine you. Ooh, another 50 rocks. Hooray! Let's put this here. Go. I also want to put some of this other stuff away. Like that. Do I have a chest with feathers in it? No, not here. Okay. Dwarf eyes, you can go over there. Yeah, there's all my coal. Because I've been burning the core wood, because it really doesn't have that many uses. At least from what I know of now at the moment. I've been using it for the watchtowers, but for the corner pillars, but they only use like 2 for each of them. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. Fair amount. And I just noticed that pillar's pole sticking through the wall of my building. Don't look at the buildings too much, otherwise you'll get annoyed by them. Just focus on building more. There we go. And it's day 95. And we're missing requirements. You guys really are like just getting all up in my business, aren't you? Guess I don't mind it too much, but could you bring along some more wood, please? Let's get rid of some of these logs. It's funny that, like, and it's a nice progression you have with these types of games where we've landed here, or the first times we were going into the Black Forest, it was like, ooh, have to be careful. Don't go too far in, because there's lots of enemies. And now it's really not that big of a deal. It's nice. We get to that point as well with the swamp eventually. I don't want to chop that tree down. It's on a funny angle. Let's cut these ones down. Also, I have now been crushed by a tree. I think if you'll note over here, there's a death marker there. Because I was cutting down some beech trees, and I didn't move, and it landed on top of me, and it killed me. So, that's finally happened to me. I don't know why, I was just staring at it. I think I thought it would, like, fall in front of me. But it rolled a bit and landed on top of me. I've had them, like, stub my toe. But this one, I actually also didn't think it would just kill me, because I had a fair bit of health, and I didn't expect it to remove all of my health in one go. Since I've been hit by them before, and it didn't kill me. But apparently having one landing on top of you deals a fair bit more damage. Yes, I'll eat some sausages. I have 20 of them sitting back at my main base. Core wood. Yeah, it's just all the wood which I'm carrying, which is heavy. And my armor, of course. I could take my armor off. That would free up some more weight. Maybe if you could make, like, a backpack. Okay, what am I going to do with this rock? Am I just going to build the palisade along it? Am I going to move it down to there? I kind of would like to just keep this going straight across. If I do that, I'd want to shear this face off the rock. But that's going to ruin the look of it. I just build the palisade up along here. The problem is that when I get to the edge here, it just drops off. So what do I do once I get here? Do I have palisade going up to here, then palisade continuing along there, but then there's going to be a big gap there. I could use my stones and raise the land and make a slope, perhaps. I would also like to keep this valley here for the gate. I will move the gate up to here, of course, but actually, if I put like the palisade up to here, I can have it curve around, and then I can have another bit of palisade coming around the side here with the gate. That might look fine. This is really just for the entrance. And I have the wall continue along until it reaches here. Okay. And get rid of this. We can extend this along here. Like so. I do like how you can place buildings outside of the range of a workbench. It's just that you need to be positioned inside the workbench's area. There was also an update for Valheim. It was a small one. I think it was mostly working on fixing some of the connection issues and such people were having. Some optimizing for having your servers going because they were apparently rather laggy was how it worked. I believe it was because it was waiting to like send bunches of information to everyone before it would update. If someone was slow, well... I also wonder whether I should keep like a secondary. Okay. So if I build this up to here, and no, I've got a palace. I've got a workbench there. I can just do this. Gates have to be straight. There's no question about it. I don't want my gates to be off kilter. Already out of wood. Oh yeah, because gates use up quite a lot. Okay. I guess that means that tower there which I built is going to have to move. I just built that last night. Oh well. There's no biggie. Oh yes, and at one point I remember you can do this where if you're running, you sort of stomp your way up a cliff face. I think it gives you a bit more traction when you're running so that you can get up a steep hill or something like that. But I found, apparently if you're running and you like leap at a building, sometimes you can like run along the side of a building. Yeah, there. So you can kind of parkour. There, see, it does because it made the puffs of rock appear underneath your feet. I think the last time it happened, my character actually... Oh, there's a troll over there. Actually rotated to... align was the building. Oh, hello. Get out of here! This is big people's place. Hey! That gate's not for you. My fault for leaving it open, I guess. Yeah, you get out of here, you and your big butt. I don't need any more troll leather right now. They do drop some money, and I still haven't found any use for that. Okay, go along here. And there. And this is what I was worried about. It's not so much getting the palisade up against the edge, but it's going to be like partially levitating off of it. And it's just like, I don't like it. That's when I was going to curve it around the side. You see, it would make sense then to keep it open up along there, but... Oh. Defenses-wise, doesn't seem sound to... Oh. Something's happening! There we go. They're not stuck in the ground. Whatever. Getting beyond the point of caring. Just because if you had like a tower up here, you would have people standing around, and I wouldn't want, like, if you had it open, even though you could shoot down, people would be able to shoot you because you'd just be standing on top of a rock. So it's better to have a bit of a wall there, even though they could shoot you if you stood over here. But I'm not going to enclose this entire area. Maybe I could build like a wall there. That way you could see over it, you could shoot over it, but the enemy would have a harder time shooting you. You'd have a little pass there which you have to go through to get into the main camp. All these ideas of fortifications which are never going to be put into use. But that's not the point. The point is to make something which looks cool. Okay. I'd also mined these cliffs away a bit. That's why they're so straight. Oh. Okay, so if I build a... building up here. Let's see. Like there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what? 5 by 7 or 9? Odd number so that I can have a door in the center and so I can have a chimney in the middle of it. 5 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I see you there. You're just going to be a constant nuisance. Doesn't matter. I've got plenty of wood arrows for all of you. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And actually we can have the door right here. It's not in the center, but it's stylistically slightly off center. Which has a pleasingness all to its own in my mind. It's the same as my big hall back in my main base. Okay, this one's actually a bit... Yeah, this one is smaller than the one I made back there. I forget what the dimensions of that other one was. Wasn't it like 9 by 13 or something, I think? So a fair bit bigger than this. But this fits here. And we'll be able to put a tower over there. There's some room for a tower back here. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Flooring. I have enough wood for one piece of flooring. There we go. Floor finished. Time to go get more wood. I have to drop off this core wood, however. What am I going to do with it? Turn it into charcoal. I have 49 of it. What have I got in here? 33. Okay. Again, I kind of wish I could, like, turn core wood into normal wood. Maybe at a ×2 ratio or something. So 50 would turn into 100 normal wood. I don't know. It just seems like there's not that much use for it at the moment. Be nice to have more ways to utilize it. Yes, punch the chest, Erala. Again, as I said, same with all the trophies. The resin does have use. I mean, I've been using it for the fire arrows, and you also use it on these torches to keep them lit. But they run out of fuel very slowly. I've had to, like, refuel them, like, maybe twice since we got here. And I think the first time I didn't refuel them all the way, so... Okay, let's see. Is there anywhere where I could use this stone? It's a stone, Luigi. That's fine. Let's just expand it out a bit there. And flatten. There we go. Is that a rock there? Yeah, I guess it is. Did I not get rid of that rock completely? Who cares? Okay, so that's like a nice little path around the edge there. I can still jump over the walls to get out. That is fantastic. Let's get rid of this stump. Once I've finished, I'll also replant all the grass so that goes up to the palisade. Though I do kind of like it. In a way, I kind of like it being like all the grass removed from the outside of the palisade walls. Just because it makes it look like the settlements got kind of like a... what do you call? Like a no man's land around it? At least the removal of these small shrubs and trees so that things can't hide behind them. Which is going to happen anyway because I'm cutting down the trees. Go destroying my... Ow. Uh-oh. Hello. Oh. Yeah, hello to you too. You better not go destroying any of my palisades. It's been taking a while to build. Oh. Go. You can eat another bite. Let's eat the troll. Okay, let's get rid of these 2 trees here. Because we could cut 2 trees down at one time. We're just that awesome. Go. Do I not have any room for more wood? Wait, why weren't you picking that up? Oh, hang on, because I didn't have inventory space. Was it because of encumbrance? Yeah, yeah. Okay, hoover up the logs. Stop that. I'm actually at capacity now. Okay. Let's run back. And it's raining. Wonderful. Oh. Okay, this is probably where I'd want to focus on building the roof first. Just so that all of the wood doesn't get all damaged by the weather. As I've since learned, I've probably mentioned before, but your constructions will take damage from the weather, but they won't get destroyed. They will just go to, I think, 50% damage, half health, and they'll sit there, so... And there. Yeah, hello. No. Get out of here. I feel like they partially exist just to fill up your inventory with useless stuff. Well, not useless, but, you know, with things you don't currently need. Because each one of them drops, like, what, 4 different objects? Wood, stone, resin, and Grey Dwarf Eyes. Let's go in here and drop this off again. Resin. To put stones in there. There's my other potions, by the way. I moved all of my treasures to my main base. Wondering, all my coins and other valuables are back there. So I can have all of my hard-won treasure in a massive pile. Now that would be neat if you could, like... Oh, I have to repair my items. If you could, like, stack all of your coins and make mounds of it, or things like that, just to display it around your base. That'd be neat. Okay, how much wood do I have? 24. Right, so we'll build a ladder. I'll miss the ladder when I'm jumping on it. There we go. And we'll start building the roof up this end. Now let's see. I don't think I'll put windows in it. I'm still not really happy about the windows I put into the other base. It's just difficult, I think, to make windows look good on a structure like this. I'm sure it can be done, but I... Hey! Oi! Stop that! There we go. Yeah! Hey! I hear you. Leave it alone. And the rest of you. Making me use all of my wood arrows. How many have I got left? 90. Yeah, because I had made like 200 of them, so... I have quite more than enough wooden arrows. I'd actually also accidentally made a club. Oop. I haven't used it for anything. But any recipes the club might have given. Instructions are available, but I don't think it gave anything, so. I guess you're just really eager, aren't you? At least you're not leeches and Draugr. Oh yeah, and slimes. Or oozes. That's another enemy which you haven't actually seen in the swamps. I've seen them. I've seen several. There are large oozes in the swamp. They're just green blobs which slime around and then jump at you. They cast like a poison cloud around you, which is rather nasty. And there's a bigger version of them too, which is red in color. And it splits off into the smaller ones when you kill it, so that's pleasant. I saw them all run around the corner there. We're just playing hide and seek. I'm pretty sure the AI will actually try and break line of sight with you so they can't get picked off by your bow from a distance if they can't reach you. Which is clever but annoying. That's the tactics the enemies do use in Skyrim. Fall out of that. Which is some of those games are a bit too eager to do that because they're like, oh, there's a ledge in the way, I can't get to you. Oh, well, I'm just gonna hide behind the wall. Oh, wait, you moved. Okay, now I can get to you. Oh, well, you went back. I'm going to hide now. Can I pick up these? Yes. You guys always show up in pairs, do you? Vibrating deer. Right. For that top part... Yeah, I just need this, I think. Yep. Or, well... I can build that up there, and then I can build the roof. Like... There. There we go. Run along here. Yeah, the walls are all getting damaged and I'm gonna have to repair them when I finish this. Oh well. Can't be helped. If it decides to rain the entire time I'm building this. Oh. Ow. Good thing I've been strengthened by the power of sausage. I have the hit points to survive a few falls off a building. Ow. You know what? I'm just going to build those stairs over here. Nuts to trying to monkey my way along the along the walls. Are you going to collapse? Oh, good. As perilously balanced as this ladder is. Okay. I'm also actually going to need some pillars to keep the roof up. Which means I am going to need some core wood, which I have. Good. Let's put that floor down. Oop. And I'm going to have to flatten this floor, because some of it is underground, and we can't have that. Yeah, I hope all that's in position. I can't tell. There it is. Just dig up our own floor. Just lower it all a bit in here. Probably mean that the building will be floating. Oh well. Okay, put that there and build a floor. Good. Seems like it's all up. You can clearly see the appearance difference between the freshly repaired walls or freshly placed walls and the weathered walls. I need more wood. Time for you to go, pine tree. Uh-oh. Good. Stop just in front of me. Ow. Some of these trees are really, really tall. What's my capacity? Okay. No, log! Don't roll away from me. Okay, time to build more floor. There. And there. Right, so if I do that. And there. Yeah, I'm gonna do a 3 tile big fire pit in the center. No. Accidentally shoved that log pole halfway into the ground, you know, as you do. Go there. And is 8 meters going to be enough? I think it is. It's nice how everything sort of fits to like an overall grid size for the entire like structure. Or should I do a I think in my other building I have these around the sides like pillars. Should I do the same here? But the building's not big enough for that, really. If I did that, they would get in the way. And I would like to have kind of at least like a 2 floor wide path to walk around the sides on. So I think that might be alright. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to need more wood again. We just drop off all this stuff again. I'll repair my stuff. All wood in there. Feathers, dandelions, rocks, eyes. Let's try and keep this somewhat organized. I'm going to need to replant a bunch of these trees. Perhaps after I've finished. Building all this. Maybe. As I said earlier, I would like to keep a sort of empty zone of trees around here because it would stop the grey dwarves from being able to hide behind it. Okay, so... Right, yes. Not more construction yet. I need to cut down more trees. That and there. Get rid of you. If I get up to that tree which is leaning over like that, I will overcome my liking of it and just chop it down. I don't want to have just a lone tree like that on the edges. Ancient Viking deforestation. We don't really have to worry about that here because, as far as I know, this entire place was created by Odin, so I don't think it would really abide by real world rules. I'm kind of surprised that, like, in the Black Forest you wouldn't be having to constantly cut back the trees, because I feel like in some of these areas the forests would be aggressively hostile to you. And, you know, like, you'd have to push the trees back every now and then, otherwise they just, like, grow throughout your base. And put big holes in your buildings or something. You know, I mean, just like clearing saplings out of the way, but if you left them, they would grow into full trees and just get in the way and all that. Like how on Death Worlds in Warhammer they have to like clear the forest every now and then. Okay, so yeah, that's a little orange there. I can place that there. Place that there. Place that there. Good, good. Now, that's going to be the chimney there, which means that is going to be a little bit higher. Am I going to put log poles there? I usually use the wood poles. Maybe log poles would look a bit better. I'm going to have to get rid of these stairs. I'm going to put them further over here. Like that. There we go. You're not going to collapse, are you? No? Good. Again, I can't really walk on the roof if I place it because it's too steep. Hang on. There we go. And come on, come on. No, you don't want to. There. Come on. There we go. Let's put that there. That there. Is that really going to be like that? I guess it is, because like 4 meters is twice the length of this. So this is 2, 4, 6. But I don't really want to have little log poles stuck onto the ends of these log poles. That would look weird. How am I going to do this? I could just extend the roof across there. No, I think I need the supporting beams underneath it. If I had a six long pole, that would work, but I don't. As I said, I don't want to like attach a little log beam onto the end of it because there'll be different colors. You can see the beam color difference there. It's going to be all the way up in the roof though. It's also because it will be joined together. It won't be one big pole. That means that they'll have their own, you know, stability. So it will be a bit more unstable. I could put some more poles up from the floor. I would need 4 though, because it's off center. I like snapping them to the corners. I could, however, actually manually place it and put it into the center. I do have that option. That might be the... Oh, ow. Best way to go about doing this. So if I line that up with... Oh, it's going to be a pain to do so, isn't it? This might be like... slightly... shorter and off-center from the others. Not going to be fussed by tiny details too much, but... Like, I don't want to get hooked up on tiny details too much, but... That way lies madness. Okay, with that... That doesn't... Oh! Whoa. Viking acrobats. Who knew? There we go. That kind of works. I've really just done the same thing, but a bit more complicated. But that's all straight. The color of the logs is making it look wonky there, but I'm pretty sure it's all straight. You can't tilt them, so that's as it's going to be. Okay, roof time. Can I put the roof up a little bit higher? Or is it just going to, like, want to sit? There we go. Ta-da. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Hold on. Oh, steady, steady. Oh, oh. There we go. And we'll start putting the roof on. And I'm going to have to go get some more wood, aren't I? Yep. Yep, there we go. Okay. Time to get some more wood. Hello, Stump. Get out of here. Get rid of you. There's a fir tree. Cut that down. I'm chewing my way through all the food. I guess the food is there not just for combat, but also for construction, because it gives you more stamina. Unless you want to build all of this with a tiny stamina bar. Which you could do, you just have to take more breaks. And you mostly use the stamina for flattening terrain, not so much for... Or do you use stamina for placing buildings? You might actually. You don't tend to eat much for construction? Yeah, I guess it's not really needed. Since I've been up on the roof though, I kind of like the... I suppose that's the main reason why I've got it. Kind of think of it. So if I fall, I don't get my dumb butt killed. I probably shouldn't be eating my sausages though. I should be eating like raspberries and so on. Yeah, well. Yeah, are you just going to sit there the whole time vibrating against my walls? Get out of here. You're doing a lot of digging right now for construction, cutting into a hill. That takes a good bit of stamina. Yeah. Yeah, flattening ground and mining is what takes the most amount of stamina. If I wanted to get rid of this rock, yeah. Anyway. Yes. Yes, placing buildings does use up some stamina. Not too much. And you pretty much regain it just by positioning the other piece. Put it down from the inside. There we go. And there. And there. Just watch. I'm gonna have like just not enough wood. Oh, I actually do. Nice. And those stairs were perfectly stable because they were attached to the roof. Okay, there we go. Now I just need fireplaces. I also have bonfires, but I think that's a bit big. Maybe my main building? No, I think the smaller fire pits are better. Still. Oh. And it needs a door. Do I want a normal door or do I want a big gate door? Because this is a larger construction. Yeah, I think that works. Now I'm out of wood. Okay, let's go get some more. Cherry trees, nothing. We're cutting down pine trees in a single swing. There we go. Is that going to be enough? 32. I might get a little bit more, because I want to make a little roof on the doorway as well. Oh boy, here comes the Grey Dwarf train. Where'd the other ones go? Oh. Got him in the knee. Okay. Oh, there's another one. And another brute. Jeez, game. I mean, I know it more spawn at night, but... Yeah. I still don't really like fighting the brutes in melee. They do deal a fair bit of damage. Oh, yes. I think that's actually a thing. Previously, if I've been blocking, I've been just holding up, like, my shield to block continuously. I think if you block just before they hit you, or just before the attack lands, you can, I think it's like a parry. And it will knock them back more, or they will, get stunned from it. And I believe you can do that with trolls, too. Not something I've done much of. If I'm blocking, I tend to just block, then swing, and then block. And, do that over and over again. Okay, so... let's see. If I want to... build... I don't want that there. But I will put floorboards here temporarily. And we can do this. I should probably move that along a bit because it's off center from where I was using the from where I was having it lead up to it. Oh well. Ah! There's sometimes just no satisfactory solutions. Fine, just make it like flat across. Like this. And then we could do like that. That's all right. And let's see if I put this. Those pillars are too tall. Hello, welcome, welcome. Having fun, I see. Oh yes, yeah, we're enjoying the frustrations of getting things built and lined up correctly. But no, it's enjoyable. Also welcome. Let's see. Line that up. Come on, get. There. There we go. And we'll put this roof here. And around the other way. Like that. There we go. That looks pretty nice. Except for those pillars, which are two different colors. Not much I can do about that, though. Joys of building in this game. It is quite fun. It's very simple, which is greatly appreciated. For all the frustrated noises I'm making, it's really quite easy to build in this. Because it's so forgiving. If you build something wrong, you can just deconstruct it, get all the resources back, and try again. So... And you don't have things like, creepers blowing up your constructions. Not that I often have to deal with them in Minecraft anyway. I always tend to build in creative mode, so... Just turn them off or they ignore me. Nothing snapping into place. Sometimes. Yeah, it's a bit of wiggling around trying to get it to work. This troll smashing it with trees. I haven't actually had trolls attack my base. Like, I've had trolls near my base. But I haven't had them attack me while I'm, like, inside my base. So I haven't had to destroy any of my buildings sometimes. I kind of wish they would maybe make a bit more of a concerted effort to destroy your buildings, but... Maybe I'm wishing for something I don't know. It's a foolish thing to wish for, because... I don't know. If they destroyed it, would I get all the resources back? It'd just be more frustration than it is warrant. Or trees falling on the house. Yes. There's this tree here, which I've decided to build my base around, because it's very close to some of my buildings, and I don't want it to fall over on top of them. So it's just going to live there now. You had a troll knock down about half of your kitchen hall. You see, that sounds fun. Like, I don't know. You've got some buildings here, like these sharp stakes, which I don't know whether they're just for appearance or you can actually, like, if enemies run into them, will they take damage? But it would be neat if you could, like, set up some traps to deal with, say, trolls and like burning hay bales or logs which you can release and have roll onto the enemy. Teach them what you've had to put up with when you've been cutting down forest. Don't know how many times this has happened to me. Now it will happen to you. Put these there. Most of them are underground, but that doesn't matter. I guess I'll leave these here. Front porch. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty much all done. Now I just need to get some stone. Do I have enough wood? I do. And I'll go build those fireplaces. Where's the stone? It's in here. This is more just building for the sake of building. It's enjoyable. And I wanted a... what's it called here? Big hall, so... that's what we've ended up with. Oh, I'd have to repair it all too, because it was getting rained on, so it's all different colours. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, and go. And the music changes, because it's all nice and pleasant. Let's repair this. Oh. Those, the stakes work for defense, but they take damage too if they run into it. Oh, okay. They're good defenses, so, I might have to build some. Then, so, it seems like you have to repair them, or replace them after a while. You like the building aspect in Conan Exiles too. This game is like that when it comes to building. I haven't actually seen any of that game. Maybe a little bit of it when it first came out, but... is any of this damaged? But yeah, I don't really know too much about Conan Exiles. I think I've heard good things about the game. Not too sure. Now for a few years now, hasn't it? Repair that. That. And good. And the roof has been kept up pretty much. Fine. That's yellow. But it's not collapsing, so that's good. There we go. Looks quite good. I have built these... where are they? These... wood dragon adornments. I have them on my main hall in my main base now. I sort of stuck them on the ends like that. But I'm not too happy about it. It looks like something which you'd have the building taper to. But the buildings I've made don't taper, so... they don't look perhaps the best stuck onto the ends of the building like that. I have to see some other designs people have made to see a good way to put them on the ends like that. I don't know. Except it looks like your house is on fire when the smoke's coming out of the roof. I guess. It's a chimney! I like building those little, like, raised sections of roof for the smoke to come out. Saves in it saves in getting choked on all the smoke. Right, so I'm gonna have to put all that stuff in my base, and then I'll move that watchtower so that it's a bit closer to the newly positioned palisade. Box. Box. Where's the eyes? They are. Okay. And dandelions. Do I have a stack of them around here somewhere? Yeah, there we go. Pardon me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, they're easy to get rid of. Just. Oh. I like how these posts explode into two posts when you destroy them. There we go. We just pick up the entire tower and we can place it down over here. So I think last time I built this, I had to do something like this. That's not stuck in the floor, but whatever. We'll worry about that once we've built the tower again. We'll just drive that into the rock. As well as these stairs. I'm glad it doesn't get too fussy about sticking objects through things. It means you can build like the stairs sort of flush to the ground, even if most of them are sticking underground. Like the stairs leading into my hall over there. But I don't know. It's nice that the game's forgiving that way. Okay, put that there. That there. That there. That there. These walls around. And get these thatched roof. Like that. There we go. Then I just need those wood torches. Oh, right, yes. Okay, so when you destroy the wood torches, I think you get the wood back, but you don't get the resin back. But that's fine. I have more than enough resin. And one of the torches has gone out over here. Good thing I have a whole bunch of resin. And coal. Come on. Oh, get up. There we go. Okay. And put one there. And one there. There we go. The watchtower has been moved. The big tree in the sky is Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil, the world tree from Norse mythology. It's quite spectacular having that hanging over you the whole time. Whenever you look up. And I like that it's animated too. You can see the, it's glowing slightly. It sort of serves as a reminder that you're not on Earth. Just whenever you look up. I think part of the backstory of this is Valheim is like a realm created by Odin, but it was severed from the world tree. So I would guess that's not the branch it was connected to the wood tree with was cut, so I guess that's not actually connected to the wood tree anymore. Still looks pretty lively. Oh yes. There's that little bit of the post. I don't have any core wood. I have to go get some. Get in here. Get that. And come on, can that like fit underneath there? Come on, like stick onto the bottom of it. You're gonna make me get rid of that, are you? There we go. Also, because that pole was apparently levitating, so it wasn't supporting the structure above it. A good thing the whole thing didn't collapse. It's rather forgiving, was that. Just put that back. Okay. Now what? That's actually nearly taken up the entire 2 hours. But it's a good bit of construction. I wonder if I should extend the roof out so it's over those stairs. No, that's fine. Anything else I wanted to do here? Oh, right, we don't have a path leading down. I guess I can fix that. Let's mine this away a bit. It'd be nice if there was an option to, like... If I, like, was standing here and I clicked down there, it would, like, slope the terrain from where I'm standing down to there. That'd be nice. At the moment, what it does is, well, it just levels the ground to the level I'm standing at. I mean, that kind of works, but... You get problems when you mess with it too much. Get rid of this. You have to, like... Like this, perhaps. There we go. That's kind of smooth enough. Sloped enough. Could actually lower that a bit more, because there's stairs there, aren't there? Go. So we've got a little path leading up along there. Tactical mining. Exactly. Sometimes it feels like you have to be extremely precise with your mining. With your pickaxe swinging. Because if you aim slightly off, it will just be like, now there's a big hole where I don't want it. And it's just, ah. Oh well. That doesn't look too bad. I could put like torches along there. Maybe I could build some of these fences along there as well. So people don't fall off the edge. There's this divot there. Can I do something with this? Not really. I wonder whether it counts me being on higher terrain if I'm standing on a rock. I guess not. It's actually counting the level of the terrain underneath the rock. And that rock is now underground. Well, if I can't see it, it's not a problem. There we go. It's fine, more or less. And now we can't sit back and enjoy it because there's fog rolled in. Wonderful. Okay, now that that's done, what am I going to do? Oh yes, one of these things I found here. Tower under rock. I was walking around and I found a block of stone on top of a rock, and I thought maybe it was a tower had spawned underground. It could just be a block of stone on top of a rock, but I did actually mine to see what it was. But let's see. How long? Okay, what do I need for a portal? I have some fine wood. I need 2 surtling cores, 20 fine wood, and 10 grey dwarf eyes. I have those. I have, I think, 20 fine wood in here. 29. Okay, so I'll be able to build one side of it, perhaps. And surtling cores, I think I have them back in my main base. It was 10, wasn't it? Because I would like to get the portals. Very important to set yourself on fire before you go through the portal. I'm glad that being on fire doesn't set the rest of the building on fire. Oh, it's raining here. Is the weather actually different on different areas of the map? That'd be rather cool. So it's like, oh, it's raining here, but over here it's foggy. But yeah, there's my main hole. You can see the dragon's heads I've stuck on the end. As I said, I'm not too happy with them. It's just because they look stuck on the end. The building doesn't sort of work its way towards them. Yeah, there we go. I'll take 4 of them, since I do need 2 for the other end. And there's all my valuables. There's all the troll leather stuff I made. I'll get another 10. Maybe I can build both ends of the portals. It depends whether I have enough fine wood in here. Let's see. No, I don't. Okay. I'm going to have to go get some then. Let's go up to where I died last, because there's probably some more beech trees up there. And I need to collect some more food. I forgot to pick... Did I forget? No, I didn't. I got the meat which I was cooking on the fire. Not that, not that. I'm not sure. Can you plant beech trees? Birch trees. Sorry, not beech. These are beech. These are birch. Because I can't remember whether I've gotten any seedlings from them. How much have I got? 33. Okay. That is 38. Come back, log! Trying to get away. Okay, 43. There we go. That's enough. Let's jog back to base. I'll get some more food, and then we'll make the portal. Should I actually have the portal going from my main hall to the swamp area? I might do that. Have this hall here as like the hub for portals. Because my other base... Well, I can move the portal into the larger hall there now. But this is the biggest hall I have currently. So it might work better if I construct it here. Okay. Now this time, don't stick it around the wrong way. Okay. And this is going to be swamp. And we'll have to jog all the way up there. Oh, well, actually, one more moment. I need to get some more food. Okay, let's get some sausages. Ooh. Okay. And... Fine. I'll cook some neck meat. Again, I still feel like I should cover up those windows. Did I just hear a door? Who's playing with my doors? Okay. Chomp, chomp. I hear necks out there. Again, that's why I rather like this area, because there's a tiny meadows area over here, so necks and balls spawn there. Rather nice. Since I think neck meat is still one of the things which gives me the most amount of health and stamina increase. I'll go with cooked meat and sausages. Maybe the carrot soup would be better. Get out of here. I have places to be. Okay, so we're going to have to run along the coastline all the way along there to the swamp base 2. Let's just run off into the fog. Good thing we have our internal compass. We'll use Ichthia. Get those thistles. Some more thistles. Oh. No. No hub. Just hoping they clean up the graphics later. In what way do you mean? Because I mean, from what I understand, the game is supposed to have like a little retro styling to it. Hey, the fog's lifted. Nice. I did notice a little bit of like oddity when I was staring into the sun. There was like, I suppose, gridding. I don't really know how to describe it. Around like the center of the screen. That might just be something caused by effects. Oop. Might be my one eye on my end. The MC looks Minecraft-ish. MC, do you mean main character? Or something else? Pardon. Ah, okay. I've labeled that up a deposit. You do mean the main character. I guess. Possibly. I rather like how they look. Maybe the animations could be fixed. Could be updated a little bit. Just a little more details would be nice, is what you're meaning. Sure. Right. It would be nice to have some more options to customize a character. I think at the moment you've got like skin color, hair color, and beard for male. Ooh, hello, troll. Uh-oh. Yes, we'll fight you from the water. Uh-oh. I wonder if, like, if you hit it in the eye, do you deal more damage? Can't you see I have bigger problems than you at the moment, Great Dwarf? Perhaps maybe if you could, like, wear trophies. Have them on your belt or something. Not a troll head on your belt, of course, that would be a bit too big. But there was one thing I liked in Warhammer Online, where you could have, like, little trinkets on your character. You could have, like, little medal on your shoulder, or you could have, like, a book on your belt. Or something. That was nice. It was sort of, I don't know, I found this! You can show it off. They didn't do anything, they were just for looks. I think for most of them, I stuck a whole bunch of books on my character's belts. What with him being a chosen of Tzeentch. So. But yeah, I could, yeah, just something, I suppose, to sort of personalize the character a bit more. I like the bronze armor. I did think also, earlier, it would be nice if, as I upgraded my bronze armor, because this is like level 3, I've, upgraded it a few times. It'd be nice if it, like, changed appearance a bit. If it perhaps looked a bit nicer as it got updated. Or upgraded. Just to make it stand out a bit more. Okay, let's stick our portal here. And we'll put swamp. And we'll wait a moment. And there we go. Do I have anything in these chests? Oh yes, I have some tin ore here. Rocks, trophies. There's some fine wood in here. And some more wood. Guess I'll put that here. This base is extremely small. I really just set this up so I could rest. But yeah, it's got the little house shack there and a gate on either end. Because over here... Oh, if I let myself get out of the gate... There we go. Skeletons. No, there's the swamp over there. Which I've explored around a bit. Let's go in there a little. That portal will also make it much easier because I like using this bronze axe, but I have to use a forge to repair it. And that was a pain, because it broke while I was exploring. So I didn't have... I had to use a stone backup. Oh, hello. Draugr! The key ingredient to sausages. I have actually got a trophy from a Draugr. I think I have it up on the wall in my main hall. And there's a slime! Or a blob. Sorry, they're called blobs. I've also gotten, like, some disgusting items from the blobs. They drop, like, smelly ooze or something. I don't know what they're used for yet. Yeah, there. Ooze. I'm sure it's used for something, but I'm yet to find out what. Get out of here. Hey, entrails. Proto-sausages. Ugh. I've also mined one of those. I think I got something similar to ooze from the blobs. And I also don't know what it was used from. Oh no! No, no, no. One of them you can use to make like a hand grenade type thing. I guess it's like a bomb which you throw and it deals poison damage to enemies when it hits them. I haven't actually made any of them yet. Can I see that? Warhammer Online still active. Yes! I think it's called Age of Reckoning or something like that. I haven't looked at it myself. Oop. Careful. Because even though I played Warhammer Online a fair bit, it's just, I don't know. I guess I had my fun with it. I would have liked to... It's something I would have liked to have done with the game, which is to explore around the map with a like hugely increased, it's not drowned, hugely increased jump stat or speed so that I could get into areas which were off the map, because the maps are actually a bit larger than you're normally able to. It just always punted you back to the main area once you went out of them. I had explored on some of them a bit on my own at one point quite a few years ago, and I found the layouts of what looked to be a town outside of the map in one area. But, that was before I started streaming and I didn't take any screenshots. It's interesting, because that game was planned to have a lot of stuff in it, but they never ended up getting it done. It would have been interesting to see how much there would have been left over in the game. Start with a mount in the game now. That would make it easier. Some of the areas were quite large. I can't remember. I think you got a mount at level 15? I want to say. Rather than 20, because I think 20 might have just been Warcraft. Since they lowered it from 40 to 20. Oh boy. I guess we're fighting leeches. What was I doing here? We get to see the swamps and the skeletons and Draugr and leeches which are infesting it. I'm out of arrow. Fantastic! All of my Wooden arrows have been used up. There's the hut. Let's go have a look at that. This was going to be my forward swamp base, but enemies kept spawning. You can see I mined out some of the area here. Yeah, just blobs everywhere. And there's really not much in it. I think there's a workbench. But it's too hazardous inside the swamp, so I had to build it outside of the swamp. You can also can't cut down these big trees. You can only cut down these smaller ones. Let's get out of there. Perhaps next time we will go and explore one of the crypts. Since I have an easy way to get here with the portal, I can rest up, eat, and head out into the crypts, into the swamping crypts with full food, being rested, and with arrows. You remember running between the tiers and hopefully not dying on the way. Yeah, I can't... It was a while ago. I really can't remember too much about it. I like the tier ideas, and it was neat exploring the zones in Warhammer Online. I liked how they had a whole lot of PvE stuff, so you could explore like caves and fight monsters and so on in there, and do quests if you wanted. And there was the PvP stuff and RVR stuff, realm versus realm, or capturing the major towers and all that. Anyway, I think with that, we'll call it here for Valheim. If I can get into a position where we can have a look over the settlement. There we go. Yeah. Our little port city. Hang on. There's a way to get rid of the HUD, isn't there? Hide, show weapon. No. Forsaken power. No. Misc. Pretty sure there's a way to show the HUD. It's not listed here? Nope. Nope. There's a command line bar. Whatever. Ugh. I don't want to go around pressing buttons just in case it closes it. But anyway, we have our little port town, and it's expanded a fair bit. I'll probably expand it more. Build some more huts. I just like having a collection of buildings there, even if I'm the only one here. It's just nice. Makes it look like a settlement. And from what it looked like originally, it's expanded an awful lot. It was only that little group of those two buildings over there in the corner next to the smelter and furnace originally. And I didn't have the little dock for my boat. But yeah, now it's a full collection of little buildings with some watchtowers. I still need to build that other watchtower off in the corner over there. And I might build one down here next to the gate, perhaps. Maybe I'll move that rock. Or I might build the watchtower on top of the rock. That could work. But yeah, and the forest is receding because I keep cutting it down. I do have a lot of seeds. I planted a bunch more. If I wanted to expand this, I'd probably expand it out this way. Because I would like to encompass this whole sort of end of the land. Not up here. I mean, like this. Because I want to keep this. Because, as I said before, that's meadows over there, and I don't want the creatures to stop spawning. But anyway, we'll go there, and we will continue with this another time. Probably not exactly where we left off, because, you know, I play this in my own time. So, anyway, well, thank you very much for joining.